Hello everyone, this is Paridhi Nagda. This session is for 9th standard SSC board and our today's topic is The Swiss Family Robinson, written by John David Wyss. The Swiss Family Robinson is a well-known adventure novel that people of many countries have enjoyed for more than 200 years. It has also been made into graphic novels and films. So the novel or the story which we are going to learn now is actually an adventure novel, okay, and it is appreciated by many people of many countries and they enjoyed this for more than 200 years. It has also been made into graphic novels and films. That means animated films are also made and normal films are also made by this novel. The novel written by the Swiss clergyman. Now, what do you mean by clergyman? Clergyman means a religious leader or priest. Okay, so this novel is written by the Swiss clergyman named Johann David Wyss. It's not just an adventure. So the novel which we are going to learn now is not only an adventure. It aims at teaching young people values like self-reliance, determination, love for your family, cooperation, and prudent use of resources. So along with the adventure, it teaches you something. It teaches you the values. Values like self-reliance. Self-reliance means self-dependency, which makes you dependent on yourself. The independency, you can say, like, okay. Determination, love for your family, cooperation, and proper and rational use of resources, good use of resources. It also has good lessons relevant in natural sciences, good husbandry, and even mathematics. This novel also reveals some lessons which are good in natural sciences, agriculture, and even mathematics. Some elements of the novel do stretch reality to a certain extent, but we must consider that it is a work of fiction and not a fact file. There are some elements, there are some scene or some situation where we'll feel like this is a part of real story, but it is not like that. It is completely work of a fiction. Now, given below is the synopsis and outline of its basic story. Now, what do you mean by synopsis? Synopsis actually means outline or summary. Okay, so let's begin the story. William, Elizabeth, and their children had been traveling in a ship when the ship was caught in a great storm. So you can see here in the picture, you can just imagine the situation. Okay, so there was a man named William, his wife, and their children. They were traveling in a ship, and that ship was caught in a great storm. The other passengers evacuated without them. Evacuated means ran from there, just went from there without them. The passengers left this family and went. William and his family, including the young children, Fritz, Ernest, Jack, and friends, were left to survive alone. So in this ship only one family was there and they were left there to survive alone. They weathered the great storm waiting in the ship's hold. They were helpless. They were having no other option than to depend on God and depend on the storm for their future. So they were just waiting and looking the scene, everything. The ship survived the night. Night passed, ship survived for that night, and the family found themselves within sight of a tropical desert island. So night passed and the family saw that they are near a tropical desert island. Within a sight means they were able to see a tropical desert island. You can see this, a kind of island it is. Okay, so tropical desert island. The next morning they decided to go to the island they could see beyond the reef. And next morning, what they decided? They decided to go to that island. They could see beyond the reef. Do you know what the meaning of reef? Reef actually means the rock, the sand, or plants near the sea or underwater also sometimes. Okay, so this reef, when they saw beyond the reef that island is there, so they decided to go to that island. With much effort, they constructed a vessel. Vessel means here it is kind of boat. So they made a vessel, they made a boat out of tubs. Now what kind of tubs they were having, you can see here. Such kind of tubs they were having. So with the help of these kind of tubs, they were able to make the boat, the vessel. After they filled the tubs with food and ammunition and all other articles of value they could safely carry, they rowed toward the island. When they made the boat, the vessel, that time they filled the tubs with food and ammunition. Ammunition means all the important things what they were having with them, like gunpowder or whatever things they were having. So they just filled those tubs with this all things, food and ammunition, and whatever articles, whatever things they were having and which they could safely carry with them. They rowed towards the island. That means they moved towards the island. Two dogs from the ship named Turk and Juno swam beside them. So they were having two dogs. The name of dogs were Turk and Juno. They also swam along with them. The ship's cargo of livestock, guns and powder, carpentry tools, books, a disassembled pinnace, and provisions had also survived. That means along with them they had also safely carried. Survived means they had also safely carried these things like cargo of livestock. Livestock, you know what is the meaning of livestock? The cattle. Okay, kind of the cattle, whatever they may be having, cows, buffalo, goat, whatever. Okay, it is not mentioned here what it is, but livestock is mentioned. That means the cattle. Okay, so they were having cattle, they were having guns, powder, as I told you before also. Okay, carpentry tools, books, and a disassembled pinnace. Pinnace means, you might have seen that along with the ship there are small boats attached with it. So those boats are called pinnace. Small boats which are attached to a ship. And provisions had also survived. Means whatever things they were having with them, food, these all carpentry tools, whatever things they were having, they also carried them along with them. Over the next few days, William, that is the father, attached the floatable old kegs to one another and built a bow that curved around them. So in next few days, this person, that is William, he was able to attach floatable old kegs. अब ये क्या होता है floatable old kegs? Kegs का मीनिंग होता है कंटेनर या बैरल्स या ऐसी कोई चीज जो फ्लोट कर सके. ठीक है, तो what he did, he attached the floatable kegs which he was having, obviously then only it was possible to attach. But ठीक है, उसने attach किया to one another, एक दूसरे से उन्होंने attach किया and built a bow. Bow means bow and arrow, dhanush. So in that curved manner he built a bow using those kegs. उन kegs को, उन containers को use करके this person, that is William, उसने क्या किया, एक bow तैयार किया एक curved में, और उस curve से अपनी vessel को, अपने boat को उसने cover कर लिया so that they can be safe. The family had landed successfully on the island. Finally, successfully वो लोग island तक पहुँचे. They set up a tent and softened the floor with armloads of grass. They cut and spread to serve as their bed. और finally वहाँ पहुँच के what they did, they set up a tent for them and armloads of grass. Armloads of grass means they have carried too many grass with them. Okay, And loads of grass means they have carried a good amount of grass with them. They cut it, which they had cut obviously, and they spread it on the ground as if their bed. They came to a grove of trees, and then they saw grove of trees. Grove means cut out of trees. You might have seen that the trees which are old, they are half cut. So cut out of trees they have seen. One tree grew what looked like gourds on its trunk. Gourds means, see here, you can see this. Can you see this? Gourd. It's a kind of vegetable. You may also eating gourd, lauki. Okay. So in Maharashtra it is called dudhi. So some of the trees, sorry, one tree, its trunk, it looked like a gourd. The father told Fritz, he told his son, the gourds would make excellent bowls and spoons, and they cut them into various utensils. They told that this gourds, this trunk can be used as utensils like bowls or spoons. Okay, so students, the remaining story we'll do in next video. Till then, take care, stay safe. Good day.